Hi friends, welcome back to Chasing English, the place where you can learn English in a fun and easy way. If you want to get better at English, you need to practice reading every day. So today, let's read a special story together. It will make you smile, give you hope, and help you learn new words. The story is called Nothing is Free. It will teach us that if you want something, you must work for it. Are you ready? Let's begin. In a small, quiet town surrounded by tall green mountains, there lived a young man named Leo. He was 20 years old, tall, with kind eyes and a bright smile. Leo had big dreams. He wanted to own a chain of restaurants one day and be a successful business owner. But life was not easy for him. Leo's family did not have much money. His father, Mark, was a mechanic. His mother, Claire, cleaned houses to earn money. His little sister Sophie was only 10 years old. She loved Leo very much and thought he was her hero. One cold evening, Leo sat outside his small house and looked up at the stars. He whispered to himself, "I want to give my family a better life. But how can I start when we don't even have enough to get by?" The next day, Leo told his father about his dream. Mark sighed and said, "Leo, dreams are not free. If you want something, you must fight for it. Start with what you have, even if it's small." Leo thought deeply about his father's words. Then an idea came to him. In the town, people loved fresh bread, but the nearest bakery was far away. What if, Leo thought, I sell fresh bread here? But there was a problem. Leo had no money to buy bread. Still, he didn't give up. He decided to take a chance and visit the bakery owner, Mr. Anderson. Leo walked a long way to meet Mr. Anderson, a grumpy old man who didn't trust people easily. With a brave smile, Leo said, "Mr. Anderson, I want to sell your bread in my town, but I don't have money to pay you now. Can you trust me for 1 week? I will sell the bread, return your money, and keep only a small profit." Mr. Anderson raised his eyebrow. "And why should I trust you?" he asked. Leo answered, "Because I am determined, and I will work very hard to prove myself." After a long silence, Mr. Anderson finally said, "All right, I'll give you bread for 1 week. But if you fail to pay me back, don't come here again." Leo's heart jumped with joy. The next morning, he carried the bread back to his town and set up a small stand near the park. He called out happily, "Fresh bread, warm and delicious." At first, people didn't trust him. But Leo gave free samples, and soon his first customer arrived. By the end of the day, he sold all the bread and made a little profit. That night, he went back to Mr. Anderson and paid him in full. The old man nodded. "You kept your word. Come back tomorrow." From that day on, Leo worked very hard. Every morning, he woke up at 4 a.m. He walked to Mr. Anderson's bakery, carried the bread back to his town, and sold it with a big smile. After 2 months, Leo had saved enough money to buy a small cart. Now, he could carry more bread at once and sell even more. One afternoon, a friendly customer said, "Leo, you are very good at selling, but if you bake your own bread, you can earn more money." The idea made Leo excited and nervous. He had never baked bread before. He thought to himself, "If I bake my own bread, I won't need to rely on Mr. Anderson, but I don't know how to bake." The next morning, after paying Mr. Anderson, Leo asked shyly, "Mr. Anderson, can you teach me how to bake?" The old man frowned. "Why should I teach you? If you bake, you will not buy bread from me anymore." Leo smiled softly and said, "You are right, but I will never forget the man who gave me my first chance. If I succeed, I will help your bakery too. Mr. Anderson looked at Leo for a long moment. Finally, he said, "Fine, but baking is not easy. It takes time, patience, and hard work. If you are ready, I will teach you." The lessons started the next morning at 3 a.m. Before the sun came up, Mr. Anderson showed Leo how to mix flour, knead the dough, and bake it perfectly. At first, Leo failed many times. His bread was too hard, then too soft. His hands hurt from kneading the dough. One day, after another failed loaf, he sat down feeling tired and sad. "Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I should give up," he whispered. But then he remembered his father's words. Dreams are not free. Leo stood up and decided not to quit. The next day, he came back to the bakery with even more determination. He practiced carefully, step by step. After 2 weeks, Mr. Anderson gave Leo a loaf and said, "This is perfect, Leo. You are ready." Leo was so happy. He rented a small oven and started baking bread at home. His family was amazed at his hard work. Sophie helped him pack the bread, and his mother made tea for him when he worked late at night. Soon, Leo's table at the park was full of not just bread, but also cookies and pastries. People in town loved his products. They said, "Leo's bread is the best we've ever had." But life was not always easy. One day, a new bakery opened in town. It was run by a young man named Eric. Eric's shop was big and colorful, with pretty cakes in the window. People became curious and started buying from him instead. Leo saw his sales go down. For a moment, he felt afraid. "What if I lose everything I worked for?" he thought. But instead of giving up, Leo made a plan. He talked to his customers. "What do you like about Eric's bakery? What can I do better?" Some said, "His shop looks so clean and beautiful." Others said, "His cakes are decorated so nicely." Leo understood. He needed to improve, not just as a baker, but also as a businessman. He used his savings to paint his cart, add bright decorations, and give free samples of his new pastries. He also learned cake decorating by watching videos at the library. Slowly, customers began to return. One evening, an old woman said to him, "Many young men give up when life gets hard. But you didn't. That's why we trust you." Her words filled Leo's heart with pride. Months passed, and Leo's business grew. He saved enough money to rent a small shop. It was not as big as Eric's bakery, but it was warm, welcoming, and full of the smell of fresh bread. He named it Leo's Fresh Bakes. Every morning he woke up before sunrise, baked bread, and opened his shop with a smile. His parents and Sophie helped him. Sophie, now 11 years old, loved talking to customers. Claire, his mother, kept the accounts. It seemed like Leo's dream was finally coming true. But one stormy night, as Leo was closing the shop, he saw smoke near the oven. He rushed inside. There was a small fire. He grabbed water and quickly put out the flames, but much of his equipment was ruined. The next morning, people in town came to see what had happened. Some said, "Oh no, what will Leo do now?" Others whispered, "Maybe this is the end for him." Leo felt sad, but he stood outside and said, "This is just another challenge. I have faced hard times before. I will not give up." He checked his savings, but it was not enough to replace everything. Fear crept into his heart. But then he remembered how he started with nothing but a dream and hard work. Leo went to visit Mr. Anderson, who had now retired. "Sir, what would you do if you were me?" he asked. Mr. Anderson smiled. "Leo, you already know the answer. Work hard, believe in yourself, and people will believe in you too." Inspired, Leo started baking again at home with the little equipment he still had. He told his customers, "I will keep serving you, even if it's just a small amount for now." The people in town admired his courage. Some gave him ingredients, some gave money, and others came to help clean and fix the bakery. Leo realized something important. When you work hard and don't give up, people notice and they want to help you. After months of effort, Leo's fresh bakes reopened. It was even better than before: fresh paint, bright decorations, and new items like cupcakes and muffins. On the day of the reopening, the mayor of the town came and said, "Leo, you are an inspiration. You have shown us that with determination, anything is possible." Leo smiled and told the crowd, "Nothing in life is free, not success, not respect, not love. You must earn it with patience and hard work. Never let failure stop you. Every challenge is just a step to something greater." From that day, Leo's bakery became a symbol of hope. People from other towns came to meet the young man who never gave up. Friends, Leo's story teaches us 4 things. 1. Dreams are not free, they take hard work. 2. Failure is not the end, it's a chance to learn. 3. Help yourself first, and others will help you. 4. Never give up, success may be just around the corner. Thank you for reading with Chasing English today. Come back tomorrow, and let's practice reading together again. The more you read, the better your English will be. See you soon.